Hey peeps, while waiting for the 2020 gems, I thought I would just brainstorm a bit, go through some of my ideas and predictions and concerns for 3.20. And we've got some FHQ from yesterday, actually, that's being updated, I think, as well as some teasers for the new Vaal skills. Let me just open the archive. Yeah, okay, so of FHQ and the teasers. Because I want to talk a bit about the new Vaal skills, the mechanics, the Forbidden Sanctum type of playstyle that I think GGG is trying to implement with the new skills. Well, there's that one line that got my attention. How hard are the Sanctum mechanics for melee builds, and that your resolve is impacted less by attacks that you're close to, so melee characters can have an easier time. The way I see it, that means that you could potentially use a spellcaster to use that to your advantage to kind of exploit it a bit, maybe, because the way it's worded is attacks, so that means the mobs are gonna hit you less. I mean, they're going to chunk your resolve less if you're in their face, probably. The other shit, the lasers, the gauntlets, the stuff that acts as traps and all that sort of stuff probably just will be in melee range either way, so it doesn't matter if you're a melee character or not. I mean, if you get hit by a laser, it I don't know if that could work as a far shot mechanic somehow. Maybe if some projectiles shoot from the walls, they would do more damage based on the travel distance, but I don't know. Anyway, I've drifted off. So I can see GGG trying to design some skills, or at least give them Valve versions of them, so that they could kind of hit further away, while still giving a bit of incentive to play melee, probably. And what I'm actually referring to is, where was it? Okay, so Val Venom Jar, Val Blade Flurry, not so much, but here we go. Val Molten Strike, and Volcanic Fissure. Is just, I mean, you could kind of clear maybe a whole room with that one. I'm not sure. I mean, because Molten Strike's always had that strong single target, and clearing's always been a bit, you know, not that great. But with that one, maybe you could just hit monsters behind corners or furrow. I'm not sure if you can hit them behind corners though, but the meatballs just bounce a lot. So there's a lot of maybe chaining and all that, and maybe they just wanted you to give you just an advantage in that regard, as well as with the volcanic fissure. Let me just see that one. Okay, that's the caustic arrow, and there we go. So fissure just acts like an lava abyss, seeking out enemies, branching out randomly though. And in a map, I can see that being kind of wonky, kind of not being as satisfying as it should be, unless maybe it scales with some AoE, or I don't know. I'm not sure if you can get enough coverage with it, because you can see it's just missing compacts and going wildly amok. But in a corridor, in a room like the Sanctum, probably that could branch out and clear a lot of mobs, maybe. Then you get Vaal Cleave that gets its weapon range increased, so another way of hitting monsters further away from you. So that actually makes me wonder if GGG ain't trying to tell us that we should focus on skills that kind of make it hard for enemies to hit us and reach us and land hits. Um, because tankiness, the way we know it, and the way we've known it up until now as an effective health pool, is kind of irrelevant for that specific league mechanic. Your resolve is getting reduced when you get hit by traps and monsters. So probably manually dodging and reducing the enemy's action speed might help. So that's also one of the reasons they're probably buffing curses and making that rework. So you should be incentivized to use them chains probably at some point in the sanctum if the mobs get too wild. So what comes to mind is cold dots, stuff like that could freeze, chill, immobilize, maybe the generic occultist trickster cold dot stuff, as well as some blade vortex cold, probably, and maybe reap converted to cold. Well, let's just skip forward and talk about a bit of what could potentially be strong as a starting character that league. And something that I've tested yesterday on standard is a cold dot trickster with just shit gear that I've had in my one AUK, one Chaos standard trade tabs, which probably each and every one of us has hundreds of them. I mean, every time your character migrates, you get a shitload of tabs into your standard stash. So I've just scoured through them. I just went through each and every one of these tabs and found some suitable items that I guess would cost like one or up to five chaos tops probably during the first couple of days of the league. And it's not even something that you have to buy. It's shit that you could pick off the ground. So just ignore all the clutter and all the shit. I don't have the patience to rearrange my standard stash. But yeah, you just an obliteration. I'm not sure if that's gonna cost something more than let me just actually check it. I'm not sure if it's let me see just how much it would cost now in Calandra. But yeah, I don't expect it to be something more. Yeah, you can see it. Oh, it's still something that you could find easily. You can also get, I think, divination cards for it, right? So yeah, obliteration, because I just wanted to check if I'm missing out on profane bloom explosions from cultists, because you could go cultist for a cult dot character as well. But I just think trickster is a bit more on the defensive side, and cultist should have been the number one ascendancy for curses and all of that. But now malediction is getting shuffled around and placed on the tree. So, uh, I mean, your cultist kind of loses its primary identity for what it should be. It is more damage in the end, but I don't know. As a league starter, I think you just have to focus on being as efficient as you could be by not dying and not losing time in XP and all that. So yeah, obliteration is just something to clear the packs quickly. This is I don't know, I just found it in my stash, as I said, in the one AUK, one chaos uh stabs. So just something that I could put some cold snap in it. The shield is just something with cold damage that I found laying around. Just generic life resistance is just a tabula with for I mean, even my gems are not leveled up. I just found some, just put them on for testing reasons. And you know so yeah, vortex, hypothermia, cruelty, creeping frost, control destruction, and efficacy. So actually efficacy is not that good. I think arcane surge is what the people are using instead of it. So yeah, I just couldn't find level 20 arcane surge in my stash, so there it is. Awesome random gloves with, there I have arcane surge, but it's something else. Let me just see if it's gonna be better for some reason. Anyway, molten shell, shield charge, faster attacks, just chaos golem, some golem for just for the sake of having a golem in my setup. Determination, this is going to be like actually the defensive layer of the trickster. You get determination, you have defense banner, you have grace. So there's no malevolence, no hero device, no scare bots. I mean, just you know, uh, three defensive auras. You might get a chance to play a bit with reservation and probably squeeze in something else. But just for starting out, I think this is what you need. And these boots are probably more than a few Ks, but they were on that character when I just found him, so I hadn't switched them. But you could just go with your whatever. Um, yeah. So it's just something to get my stats so that I could use the skills. The flasks or whatever. I just wanted to test the actual playstyle and how it clears mid tier maps. The skill tree is pretty standard. The trickster code pathing, so you get all the masteries you can, all the types of masteries. Not just make sure that you don't get a couple of, for example, life masteries and expect polymath to give you more damage. I mean, it gives damage based on each different type of mastery. So you can see that there's resistance and element protection mastery, that elemental mastery, and blah blah blah. So bear that in mind. You get all the damage over time, the skill effect duration, the effect of non-damaging elements, whatever. Ghost dance, of course. You could, yeah, you can get probably 'cause it might get a bit click intensive, so I can see builds for 3.20 already designed with Bane, with Frostbite and LA weakness. So you could actually do something that I've just wanted to get, Ash Frost and Storm. I mean, I could anoint that one and it would save me a lot of points. The other option is to anoint Divine Judgment. So I'm not sure which one is more expensive. Probably that one is more expensive. So you could get Divine Judgment, or that one is just, might want to save these points actually. But yeah, then you get what, the mana reservation, and that's basically it. Anyway, you don't need expensive jewels, you don't need cluster jewels, you just need to get like level 90 something, and you probably have enough masteries and enough points to just get a decent amount of damage, because cold could scale pretty well without much investment. Well, let's just do a I don't know, that one is fucking hard. Okay, just do it. As you can see, I haven't even checked my atlas and all of that. I'm just using a tabula as well, and I don't have any energy shield and blah blah blah. But I just want to see the actual playstyle of the build, and if it is something that I would enjoy, because I haven't played Cold Dell in years. So as you can see, it just clears decently, and that is just with gear that I've slapped on randomly from my Flutter stash without even thinking much about it. My gems are under leveled. I'm not using the optimum setup, so it's not going to be the best bolster around, not unless you invest a bit more into it. But for that first couple of days of mapping, for just some easy currency, I mean, it's a build that saves you currency because you don't have to cough up a lot of chaos for just getting it to do red maps. Even as you can see, it's a T14 something. We go a Legion something. I don't expect it to clear as fast as it should be if you've leveled it yourself and if you've like paid more attention to it. I mean, it's just something that I respect from standard, but it performs pretty well, I think, with what it is. Shikari touch. Yeah, okay, let's get that one. Yeah, we got an exalted orb. Yeah, whatever. There you go. Not bad for a character with a bucket on his head. Playstyle is pretty chill, no pun intended. As I've said, I think occultist should be more damage, but you might consider trickster for his overall survivability plus damage plus mobility and all of that. And polymath is great. One step ahead is great. I think it would help a lot in the sanctum. Mm, and I think it scales better overall. So, but yeah, if you like a cultist, you just roll on a cultist. I mean, I've just started witch for the last couple of leagues, and I just burn out on leveling witches. So there's also that, and I am still debating whether on I should start with a champion as well, because leveling a steel champion was surprisingly fun in Delirium everywhere. So I've leveled one pretty swiftly with no struggle whatsoever. He couldn't die in 60-70% delirious areas. So it is a strong character that would rip through the campaign, and then you could try cleave with him as well. And you can always fall back to steel, or you can always fall back to another champion build, and there are a lot of them because champion is a pretty much perfect all-rounder, and you easily escape from a ruined character by being a champion. So other strong contenders, I know, I mean, I've said it before, I think I'm not I don't really like the playstyle with caustic arrow, poison skills, and venom gyre and all of that. And I can see venom gyre getting a lot of attention, a lot of love from well-established creators and people that you could trust for a decent league starter. So there are a lot of league starters for venom gyre now. You could check one of them if you want to go poison, because you know that is also a solid option, maybe even more, even better than the cold dot. So it's just me that can't really play poison skills. I don't like them. I don't know why. That's that. So yeah, you should always play whatever makes you want to log in again and continue playing. Wish you all a good smooth league start. I'm gonna leave two guides in the description below, which are not mine. I just want to apologize in advance for not making a thorough one. Maybe I could do it once the league starts and once I have some time and once I've played it a bit, gotten to know it. So before that, I would just leave one for Cold Dot and one for Steel Starter, which are made by other creators. So I want to thank them for doing an awesome job and making those thorough guides that explain everything from leveling to the different POBs and all that. So yeah, you can check them out. Give them a like. Again, wishing you all a smooth league start, and see you on Friday.